Welcome to Exes Forever. This show is not about love because we have no clue what love is. What we do know is love creates exes. Ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-husbands, ex-wives, etc. Love is the Professor X of generations of X-men and X-women. And this show is about them. My name is Ed Hill.
My name is Jeff Penner.
Game on.
Today on the show we have Johnson, who's going to be telling us a good story. Now, Johnson is entering, the youngest demographic for us. How old are you, Johnson?
19.
19 years old. So this is probably the youngest we've had so far for sure. And you're going to be telling us the story about a past relationship of yours with Steph, I believe it was, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So how recent was this relationship ended, I guess? Just to give us an idea.
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago? Okay, great.
So Johnson, you are currently in engineering at a university?
Yes.
Okay, so this happened in high school?
Yeah, in high school.
Okay. So how did you guys meet?
Well, it was in class. We were in the same Japanese class. And at first, I already knew her from a while back in middle school. But we never really talked to each other. And then we kind of connected again in high school in Japanese class.
Do you speak Japanese, Johnson?
Of course not.
No? Oh, okay.
We got all of it.
Was she Japanese?
No.
Okay. For those who can't see Johnson, again, is an Asian male.
Again. Let me just get this point across.
Our first guest.
For the last time, Johnson is Asian.
Our premier guest was also Asian. And Steph is...
So, sorry, can we just go back 1 second? You said you knew each other in middle school, but you never really talked. Like, you genuinely didn't talk, or you just weren't friends? You were just kind of like, hey.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Okay, so there's just... By that, you just mean there was absolutely no conversation about relationships or anything?
Yes.
Okay. But you did know each other?
Yeah, we knew
Okay.
each other.
Okay.
Was Steph Asian?
Yes.
Okay.
Ed, are you Asian?
I am Asian, too. Just for those who don't know.
Well, I appreciate you all having me on.
We're all Asian.
As your white guest.
Except Jeff. It's kind of like... I don't know what to like. I'm going to cut that part.
No, you're not.
All right.
People will know.
So, how did the conversation start? Did you go
Did
to
you
her?
instigate?
Yeah. Or
Did
she
you
come
approach
to
her?
you?
Did she come to you?
Well, it wasn't really like a one time want to go out with me kind of thing. It was just we were friends, and we just started hanging out more
Together or with mutual friends?
with mutual friends.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't really trying to go after her. It just kind of happened.
So how did you guys end up as boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, she came over to my house one day for a project with friends, and it was like a late night. We worked really late into the night, and everyone got tired, so we all take a short break. So we closed the lights for a sec to rest, and then she started getting closer to me, right? So then I knew something was gonna happen. So then
So what happened?
so we were kind of lying there, and then she started making out with me.
Sorry, so everyone's still over at the house?
Yeah,
And you're all lying down on the couch on the floor, just having a little rest?
yeah,
So everyone's there in the dark,
yeah,
and then she made a pass.
yeah.
Everyone's
Bold.
lying down on the ground.
That's bold. Do you suspect she was trying to start just with you, or she was trying to get an orgy going, which is what Ed's thinking?
No,
No, I'm pretty sure it was just a thing.
I'm just thinking you should sit on the couch rather than everybody lie on the ground.
Oh, Mr. Innocent.
So you guys started making out, and then
But the lights must have come on at some point.
Yeah,
You
and
guys
then
were
what
all
happened?
just resting, right?
Yeah, and then our friends in class, two other friends, there was a girl and another guy. They started hearing it. They're like, what the hell's going on? So one of them turned on the lights, and they saw us.
And you were all tum-de-tum.
Yep,
and then was that the moment that you guys were official?
I think so.
Okay. What do the other people think? They just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Well,
You kind of knew, or
One of my friends were there and like, yo, bro, nice. It was one of those. Yeah.
If it was all white people, there'd be high fives all around, right? Am I right? Up?
Yeah.
No? Nobody leave me hanging? All right. Darn Asians.
how did you know his friend wasn't white?
I'm just Trying to make a high five joke.
Thanks, Jeff. You're making it assume that Johnson has no friends outside his color range.
So the next day, segue. So like after that happened, I guess you guys finished your project or whatever. But from then on, was there a conversation where you guys were like, "Hey, so that was weird. Do you want to go on a date?" Or was it just kind of like, "Well, I guess we're dating."
Yeah, it just kind of
I guess we're dating.
guess we're dating kind of thing.
Oh, youth.
So how was the relationship? What did you guys do? What are the things you guys enjoyed?
Well, because we still at school, so it was in, I think, April we started. So we still at school, we couldn't really go out that much. And well, when we went out, we just went to movies and things like that.
Together or with friends or what?
With friends sometimes and together.
And was the relationship good, or what was it like?
It was good at first, the honeymoon period.
Okay. So when was the moment you realized the honeymoon period is dying?
We had our first fight, I think, like a month and a half after that.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, sorry,
Yeah.
a month and a half?
Like a month and a half after.
Oh, that was a short honeymoon.
Yes,
Okay,
it
yeah.
was.
Okay, good.
Yep, and
Jeff liked long honeys.
Well, yeah.
okay, I gotta think about it.
Let it go for a while.
I gotta think about it. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, what instigated this?
Was it were you guys fighting in person or over text, or
I don't remember.
you don't remember?
Just remember like a month and a half.
You guys had the fight. What was the fight about?
I don't remember.
He can't remember.
That's the thing, I
Listen,
can't-
I'm trying to
pay
help him.
attention.
Can't even remember.
Was it because was it racial?
It's always about the ratio.
It makes no sense. Jeff, you
Every
can ask him if it's
every
sexual.
Was it sexual?
No.
No, okay. How long did the fight last?
The fight lasted.
Until you guys were back. Like, you guys didn't break up after a month and a half,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah. So how long were you guys back on track? After that fight started? The next day? That night?
Probably the next day.
The next day?
It was. I don't remember what it was about, but it wasn't really that serious. But
Okay. Did you apologize? Did she apologize? Or just kind of, you guys just like, oh, whatever, who cares?
then we just left it as like mutual, and then we didn't really continue it. We didn't say who was right, who was wrong.
Oh, okay. Just kind of brushed it.
Just let stuff
Yeah.
boil under the surface for the rest of your relationship?
Yep,
Good
and that's
man. Here, I
kinda,
see you're a grown man already.
that's kind
Yeah.
of the thing that made it worse, though.
That's what
Of
Jeff
course.
does with his mental illness.
Yeah,
Anyways.
It helps. It helps. It helps you cope.
So, how was the relationship after that? Because you said that was the moment when honeymoon was over.
Oh,
Could you feel it was always different from then on?
a little bit. You can tell that it wasn't the same.
So, how was it different?
And today we're sponsored by...
I didn't
I think Johnson
It was like 2 years
purposely
ago.
wiped everything out of his mind.
How the fuck do I remember this?
Did you get abused?
Like 2 years ago, I don't remember. It was,
Let's change gears. In
Okay.
full, how long did you guys date for? I'm
half
assuming you're-
half a year.
So 6 months or so? So you're in high school, you're about 17-ish.
Yeah.
Were you in senior year at this time, or you had
No,
one more
I
year to go?
was, grade 11.
Okay, so prom's not really coming into the equation here.
Yes.
So I can't ask that. Okay.
And she was the same grade?
She was singing.
Same grade, okay.
Okay.
And so things were different after the honeymoon period. And do you remember what happened during the breakup?
We broke up twice actually, and I got back together with her after
Okay.
the first breakup.
So the first breakup, when and where?
I think it happened right before school started, so in August.
Mhm.
And
Did you instigate or did she initiate?
she was the one that instigated.
Okay.
And
So what did she say?
So you were together through the summer and then broke up before school? Usually you break up before summertime. Not this time?
no, not this
Oh,
time.
interesting. Good. Summer love, that's good. Or were you were both going back into the same school, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
For senior year.
No, for kindergarten, Jeff. Come on.
Shut up, Ed.
I just hear the crack jokes.
You're just here to help us flow.
I think the guy actually like conducting a serious interview and I just sort of make fun of him.
Dropping racial
It's because I'm white, isn't it?
with our youngest
I knew it.
guest.
Yeah, true.
A great role model. So what did she say? Do you remember?
I think it was one of those insecure moments where I don't even think it's my fault still. Like, I think one time I was like gaming or something, and then she was texting me, right? And I like ignored her for like what, 45 minutes, and then she got really pissed off, and then she's like, "What were you doing?" And I didn't want to tell her I was gaming. I was like, "Oh, I was busy. I was helping my mom with something." And then she's like, "No, you're lying to me, right?" She's like, "If you're helping your mom, then why couldn't you text me back?" And then at that point, I was like, "Oh shit." I kind of got to tell her, and then I was like, "Yeah, I was playing game." She said, "Oh, I hate it when people lie to me." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I was playing games. I don't want to like reply back to you half-assed or something, right?
Yeah.
I just want to finish my game and I'll go talk to you." She's like, "No, I hate it when people lie." And she starts crying and shit, and then I don't even know how. And then she ended up like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to be with you." Like, I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Do you feel like she made something really small into something really big?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and yes, he didn't text her back for 45 minutes. And, well,
I don't know.
we usually try to stay out of it, but that's a bit much. I mean, I don't get why. I mean, texting, when I was in high school, texting obviously just didn't exist. But for someone, because it's very common now, you text somebody and you don't text them back within an hour, they're like, what? Because they want a response right away, right? So yeah, it's weird that relationships are so affected by that short amount of time, because someone's phone's probably right by them or in their pocket, or they're on their phone, or they're texting somebody else. They're like, they got the message. Why aren't they responding back? It's just weird to me that affects the relationship so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel for you. That's hard, because if that was around when I was younger, man.
Like 45 minutes. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, that's 45 minutes, and you're gonna say that, like, make it like a big deal. And she's like, "Yo, it's only a big deal because you lied to me." I'm like, "I lied to you about gaming." Like, not like it's a big deal or anything, right? But then she wouldn't listen, and we kind of just fell apart for, I think it was like half a month after that.
Okay.
But then you got back together. Then you broke.
Like after school started, her friends I think talked to her, and then she just came back to me.
So how did you guys get back?
It was like, I think it was like first week of school. I was hanging out with my buddies, and she just came up and like dragged me away. And at first, I was still really like pissed off at her because she broke up over such a small thing. Like, so I was pretty damn pissed. And
did she say sorry or?
Yeah, she said sorry.
Do you think her friends said, lighten up, or
I'm pretty sure.
kind of?
Yeah, because buddies of mine had like girlfriends that were friends with her friends, and they probably talked to her or something. So, I think.
Okay, so she said sorry, and did you say it's okay and let's get back together, or what was your response? Or did you say I'll text you tomorrow?
give me 45 minutes. I'm in the middle of something. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I forgave her after she like talked to me and said she was sorry.
Okay.
And then you were back together for how long after that?
I think it was 2 months.
And that was senior year, right, for Jeff? Just in case.
Just making sure. This is your senior year of high school.
Senior year, yes.
Okay. So you guys are back together senior year. Was there talk of going prom together?
Well, still the beginning of the year, so we didn't really say anything about that.
Okay, so there's not a concern.
Yes.
Okay, so how did things fall
I
apart
already
again?
took prom out of the equation like 5 minutes ago.
I don't know, Jeff.
Try to keep up.
You never went to prom, so I feel bad.
Well, you know what? I took my mom to prom.
Hey, I didn't go too.
Yeah, all right, there you go.
You want to take him?
Sure.
So how were things after that? I mean, you guys are back together now.
There was still a bit of tension from, the breakup, and it wasn't exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like same things kept getting brought up, Like,
Well, the year before, you guys were in the same class. This year,
Yes.
are you guys still in the same class?
no.
So how do you guys see each other?
We just saw each other during breaks and like lunch breaks.
Lunch breaks?
And like
After school? Okay. And I assume that you guys live rather close to each other?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so,
How much were you hanging out, just the two of you, compared to how many? Because it sounds like if all your friends were going out with her friends, was it a lot of group dates, or was it more just the two of you after school and weekends, or what?
It was. I was like a dick move. I kind of ditched my buddies there, and so it was just the two of us. I didn't really hang out with my buddies as much.
did that affect your friendship with your friends?
Now they understood.
They understood?
Yeah.
They understood that hoes before bros.
I guess you went the other way.
I don't know how that works, but okay. So it wasn't the
They
same.
were like, she's hot. Go, dude.
Yeah. They're just
Okay.
trying to.
All right.
It's like, yo,
Thanks,
man, we don't
Jeff.
want to cup block him.
Exactly.
Just gonna let him go.
This is what Jeff's gonna do to me.
What?
She's hot. I don't need
She's
this.
hot. Just leave him alone.
So you said things weren't the same. So how did it get to that point again where you guys broke up again?
Which I assume was around December-ish.
Yes. And
Don't tell me you don't remember how you broke up.
I seriously like blocked all this out. Even.
That's not healthy. That's what Jeff does with his schizophrenia.
Hey, Steph, remember Johnson? He doesn't remember you.
Shit, let me try to remember this. Okay,
By the way, schizophrenia is not a joke. Just not. Jeff is a joke.
It's not. Or is it?
Fuck, did we already go again?
You just, it didn't work out. You guys grew apart. What
It's a
happened?
another really stupid reason.
You didn't text her back for an hour, and that was it.
Was this time over text in
46
person?
minutes this time.
Yeah.
Was it in
Broke the
person this
record.
time or is it over text again?
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last couple episodes ago. Did you guys break up in person or via text?
It was in person, and I got slapped in the face.
Oh
You
wow.
got stuck in the
Yes.
face.
Well
Yes.
done.
What did you say to her?
So you must have broke up with her. You broke up with her.
Yeah, I broke up with her,
Oh.
and oh yeah, it was okay. I think I remember now.
Is it in public?
I think we.
Are you having
okay.
trouble remembering because you've had so many relationships break up that you can't remember which one she was, or you just genuinely kind of blocked
I
this
kind
out?
of just blocked this
Okay,
one out.
I'm just curious because you seem to be going.
And it
through...
was 2 years ago. I don't.
Okay.
No,
I don't
Andy's
think
a
about
pimp.
this on a daily
Andy's a
basis.
pimp.
Yeah. So I gotta kind of recall it. Let's see.
I've been slapped a few times. Which one was this one?
Most is on the bum, but
He was only 17 at the time.
okay.
Calm down, Ed.
Alright.
I think I remember now. I think it was so we had like another fight that got pretty out of hand, and she wouldn't listen to it like any logic, right? Her hamster wheel just kept spinning. She kept throwing the like random ass shit back from like past fights.
Mhm.
So I just kind of got pissed off and I ignored her, I think, and I think I ignored her for like a day or two. It was like the weekend, right? So we had like the fight on Friday, and I ignored her for like on Saturday and Sunday. I just wouldn't reply to her. I just turned on my phone,
Okay.
and then on
That's
Monday.
48 hours of no replying to your text.
I know, 48
That's
hours.
like smashing the record to
Holy
pieces.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then on Monday, like I didn't come find her at lunch or anything. And she got like, I don't even know how the hell she was. She was just, I think she was really pissed off. Obviously, she slapped me in the face. But so I just went. I was like at lunch. I kind of just stayed at some random classroom by myself. And I think she was walking around the school and she found me. And then she was still pissed off. And then she came up to me and she's like, "Why are you ignoring me?" And then I think.
What did you say?
I don't remember what I said,
It's
but
like, who are you?
who the hell are you? And I think I said like why don't you ever listen to my like what I say?
Mhm.
Like why do you always have to be the one that's right?
Yeah.
So then, and she was still really pissed off that I ignored her for 2 days, right?
Mhm.
And then I think she's like, okay, it's over or something, and I'm like, yeah, it's over. And
Okay.
then she like slapped me in the face.
At school.
Yeah, like it was in the classroom. There were like other people in there, but it was like during lunch break. There wasn't as much. It was like
So do
5
people
So
see
it was
this?
like a timeout. So you can slap people when it's
Yeah.
lunchtime. That's fine.
So do people see this?
Well, I was talking to one of my friends. Like, he came in and he's like, "Yo, man, what's wrong? Why are you by yourself here?" I was like talking to him, and then she comes in, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" So he stands on the side, and then she slapped me in the face, and then my friend came up to me. He's like, "Holy shit, what happened, man?" I was like, "Yeah, we broke up," and then he tried to comfort me and stuff.
Okay.
How?
He's like, "Don't worry, bro. There's other fish in the sea." I'm like, "What the fuck? That's so cheesy, man." Like, you seriously gonna say that to me right now?
Would it feel better if he slapped you in the bum?
No.
All right.
We're never doing this after lunch again. We're never filling you up with food and then doing a podcast.
So, what's the first thing you did after the breakup?
So after getting slapped in the face, like 5 minutes later, a friend of mine, Peter, texted me, and he's like, "Yo, man, did you see the new iPhone 4S?" So at that point, I was like, "What the fuck, Peter? I just broke up with my girlfriend. I don't want to know about that shit right now." And then from there on, right after the breakup, I couldn't stop thinking about her. Like, I wanted to go and apologize, but then at the same time, I was so angry at her, so I just left it alone. I just sat there looking emo, and I think well, like, it was lunch break, so then class started, and then right before class started, another friend of mine came up to me and
Slapped you in the face.
no, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
So then it was like a really stupid ass misunderstanding. So he goes up to me and he hands me like a stack of papers. He's like, "Can you give this to her?" And at that time, like, all I can think about was Steph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so then I'm like, of course I'm not gonna give this. Like, I'm like, "Do you even know what happened?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna give this to her." And he's just like, "What the hell? Okay." So he just walks away slowly, backs off, because I gave him like a really pissed off face. And then like a minute later, I realized that he was trying to ask me to give the paper to the teacher, but then he said her.
Oh.
So I thought it meant. So yeah, that was kind of a dick move on my part.
You're a little touchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But you guys were still in the same school after that, so was it awkward?
it was, yeah. I tried to. Well, my friends like got cars. It was senior year, so we just drove.
Senior year ed. Senior year of high school.
Senior year.
Yeah.
So things don't get awkward in the senior year.
We just drove. I didn't really stay at school, and we just went off other places during lunch breaks.
But you had a group of mutual friends, didn't you?
Yeah, but
Did that schism that at all? Like, were you kind of separated? Like,
yeah, I kind of got separated.
yeah. And you got now to this day. Do you know her? Like, are you friends?
I haven't talked to her in 2 years.
Oh, okay. So no.
No.
Okay.
So did you see her at prom?
I didn't even go.
Oh, you didn't go. Okay.
Yep.
And did she go with somebody else? Do you know?
Yes, she went with an ex-boyfriend.
Of hers.
Yes.
Okay.
Of his? Is that the other question?
Oh.
This guy.
What do you mean of hers? Of course, of
Are you
hers.
trying,
Of
are you
hers.
trying to start a fight?
What are you instigating, man?
It could be of his. I don't know. Maybe there's more to the story here.
Okay, so there's no communication after the breakup? You guys didn't, there's no text after that? Like, did she try to harass you or anything like that?
Nope. Blocked her on Facebook.
That seems to be a big thing, huh?
That actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
people seem to always say, just get it done with.
You just gotta block Facebook, and there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Like, you don't even need to delete your account. You just go to the settings. And you go like list of people that you want to block, and then you just don't see them ever again.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
What
kind
about
of what helped
MySpace?
me.
Just don't go to MySpace. It's as easy as living your life.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't have MySpace. What am I gonna do?
You can be friends with your ex on MySpace. Nothing will happen. Yeah, Jeff. Stop using MySpace.
Oh, I'll try. I can't help it. There's so many. My top 5 are so cool, though.
Yeah. Tom.
Yeah. The 5 Toms.
Okay, well, this is part of the show. Johnson is where we give you 3 options, and you can have a moment to think about it. And the first option is you can choose to call your ex here and to do like a Barry Hatchet thing, so you can reconnect or just talk to her about what you need to talk to her about. Your second option is you can call a friend or you can call your ex's parents. and have them be on the air. And your last option is we'll give you 2 minutes here on the air. You can say whatever you want to her, and we won't ask you any questions. The time is yours, and you can just get out whatever you need to get out during that time. So we have Johnson's friend Ron here on the phone. So Ron, thank you for being on the show. So tell me, what do you think of Steph?
Steph, I don't know, like, it's kind of hard to say. She's unique. She has her thing.
She has her thing?
Yes.
So did you see Johnson and Steph as a good match at the time?
Did I see what?
See them as a good match?
To be honest, they're all pretty young, right? So it's kind of hard to say. But, at times they seem like they were having fun. I saw fun and games with them today. That's what I think.
They're kind of Yankees? Is that what you said?
Fun and games.
Oh, fun and games.
Fun and games.
Okay. Yeah. sorry, Ron. My cell phone service is terrible. So when they broke up, what did you think about that? Were you happy for them, or did you think that whatever, doesn't matter?
Well, to be honest, I can tell it's really anything serious. They're just having fun, you know, doing their thing. But, yeah, you know, as long as they get the experience of...
So basically, you could care less.
It was kind of like a workshop.
Basically, you could care less for the whole thing. All right. Well, thank you, Ron, for being on the show, and it was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right.
Smelly power hook.
Bye.
So, Johnson, what do you think of what Ron said?
Well, Ron,
He said you were just getting experience. You guys were having fun and games. He kind of blew it off a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I thought you said you guys were Yankees, but...
well, to be honest, Ron didn't really
Oh, here it comes.
give a shit. So I don't think he was the right person to call, but I didn't really want to talk to anyone else.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
So what's one main thing that you learned from that relationship that you kind of took away from it? Everybody learns something in every relationship. What did you learn from this one?
Women are pretty damn insecure, and I was a bit too young then. Just gotta wait.
So Ron was right.
He was
In a way.
right, yeah.
So a little bit of insight from Ron was correct. Okay. And if there was one thing in the relationship you could have changed that may have improved things a little bit for the two of you, what do you think you could have gone back and done differently? Or is there anything you would even want to change?
Maybe you can slap her in the face.
It was lunchtime. Hey, there's a timeout.
This time
Lunchtime.
I'll kick her in the baby.
Oh, God.
Again, like
You
I
kick her
said.
in your dick?
I don't really think there's anything I would change. It's like a one-time thing.
Yeah,
So it
let
was
be.
perfect. So Ron was pretty actually right, dead accurate.
Yeah.
I think you agree with Ron. It sounds like
It wasn't gonna work out anyways, so
we should call back and apologize to Ron.
Yeah, we should slap Ron in
We
the
would
face.
just slap right in his baby maker.
All right, our final question for you, Johnson, is X is?
forever.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
So that's this week's episode. Thank you for listening to the show. If you want to find out more about the show, please visit us at xisforever.com.
And please subscribe to our show on iTunes or whatever program you are using. And it also really helps out our ratings if you give us a positive review and a positive rating.
And you can also follow us or tweet us at xisforevertime. And if you want to be on the show or you have comments about any guests that have been on the show, please visit us and leave a comment again at xisforever.com.